back. This is the trailer for the movie Ghost in the Shell, right? Check this out. Isn't that hairstyle that they keep showing us? Like, I know you can't see it, but there's like a wing here, there's a wing here, there's a wing here. Isn't it like that hairstyle they keep showing us, like the Hopi stole from the, what were the people called? The Dogon people, right?
This is Major. I'm on site. I'm going in.
You are the first of your kind, but you're not invulnerable.
Maybe next time you can design me better. Everyone around me, they feel connected to something. Connected to something I'm not.
What are you? You were dying. We saved you. And now you save others.
I don't know how to trust.
Trust me, right?
I know I have a past. I'll find out who I was.
Everything they told you was a lie.
Who are you?
They did not save your life. They stole it.
So a lot of things went through my mind as I seen that. I thought about like the fact that she could, break through veils. It looked like from being invisible to visible. Seeing stuff like that, and that stood out to me. But I always thought about this, right? When I used to listen to those, Black Hebrew Israelite videos, and those guys, they would murder that verse there in Daniel, and they'd be talking about, oh, see, this is about interracial marriages. When they would talk about, the iron and clay that does not mix, and they're like, that's what that's about, and I thought the iron and clay, well, who's the iron and who's the clay, right? Stuff like that would always, entertain my mind. And then I had a conversation with a man that actually told me he thought it was about the Terminator. And I said, now that makes more sense. Iron and clay that does not mix, right? Clay being people that were, created from dirt. Iron, I don't know if all robots are made of iron, but I would figure something, substantial within robots are going to have, the elements of iron in it, So I just thought about that. And after hearing that man tell me that, one of the things that my mind went to was, what if these robots, like from the Terminator, from this movie, so on, what if they actually could be built in with, what's that computer called? Is it called Lucifer? That computer software where they said, it's actually larger and bigger than Google, but it collects all the world's data and all the world's information. And it's like, it's conscious. Like I remember watching a video where a woman explained she had a dream where she just seen this massive, database, a room full of information being stored. And she said it was called the Lucifer computer, I believe it was. And I just thought about, what if these spirits, like Apollo, like Dionysus and stuff like that, what if they ever came back and they could enter into computers, or these robots that they build? They would never again need to make human, a person's body, their vessels anymore, because you would think about it, their vessels can't break down the way, ours could. So it almost makes sense that they would design these things super, in all aspects, and I always sat back and wondered what happens when, you play these video games, for Call of Duty, the NBA 2Ks, as you play as LeBron James characters and stuff like that. When those athletes and those soldiers and all of them, they're making these video games, when they're putting on those sensor suits, what happens to that data that's collected? Because it's stored somewhere. And I thought, what if that's the data that they use to build these robots? So here you have a robot that's going to have the athletic agilities of LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, all these guys. Going to have the mindset of these, Marines, the assassins. Going to have your mindsets when you log online and you play these video games, right? And you basically give them this information. If I was in this situation, this is how I'd handle it. So they're getting the best of everybody's best, and it's like they're combining it. That's how I see it, But anyways, I'm just going to upload this. I just thought it was interesting. Couldn't resist. Anyways, take care, everyone.